Good morning, all. Today we are going to discuss about the software testing, which is a part of our software engineering. So let's start with the software testing. So software testing, it is a process used to identify the correctness, completeness, and quality of a developed computer software. That means we have to check the software whether it's going to be performed in a correct manner while developing the quality software. It is a process of executing a program application in a positive and a negative condition by manual or automated means. It is a process. That means it is a whole procedure in which we have to execute our program application under positive and negative condition by manual or automated means, that with the help of a manual introduction and with the help of automation tools available, we can check our specification, functionality, and the performance. Specification is basically about the requirement which we have set in the initial phase while discussing with the client side what kind of a software they want in their offices or in their organization. Functionality deals with the how it is going to be the performed. That means what kind of a functionality or execution, in which way it gives the result. Next is a performance. Performance is basically what kind of a end result we will get after developing the software. Main objective of a testing to uncover as many errors or bugs as possible in a given product. We have to trace out the errors. Error could be anything which is related to the logical, syntactual way or manually way as possible as given by the product. Whatever the possibility, we have to check out what kind of a error we are having in our while developing our software. Next point is demonstrate a given software product matching its requirement specification. We have to demonstrate our software product and we have to check it whether its requirement is we are matching with the requirement, what is the requirement set by the customer side or a client side, whether we are developing our software product according to the requirement. Next point, validate the quality of a software testing using the minimum cost and efforts. That means we have to check the quality of a testing, because everything by including the testing, it requires a certain kind of a cost to check the operation or the functionality of the software. So we have to check it out. In the minimum cost and efforts, we get the quality product. Next, generate a high quality test cases, perform effective test and issues correct and helpful problem reports. That means we have to generate a test cases which is a high quality wise one, and if the test cases are quality one, they can be a more result oriented and generate a helpful report so that we can easily trace out our error. Next point is a error, bug, fault and failure. As we are performing the testing, that is basically for the errors, bug, fault and failure, but these error, bug, fault and failure have a different kind of their definitions and has its own role while having our software. generating our software product. So if I'm talking about the error, it is a human action that produces the incorrect result that produces a fault. It is a human action that produces the incorrect result. It generates the incorrect result, and due to the human reasons, it produces a fault. Second is a bug, the presence of an error at the time of execution of the software. This is the presence of an error at the time of the execution of the software, means in which we are executing our software and the bugs are generating. While getting our result, we get the error. Next is fault, state of software caused by an error. It is a software state which result into an error, and it generates a fault in our software. Failure, deviation of the software from its expected result. It is an event. That means we have our expected outcome and the actual outcome. If there is a mismatch between the actual outcome and the expected outcome, this results into the failure of the software. It is one kind of an event. Before proceeding more to the testing, we have to go through the software development life cycle. It is a standard model which is used worldwide to develop a software. A framework that describes the activities performed at each stages of a software development project. As we all know, while developing a software, we have to go through the steps: analysis, requirement, coding, testing. So at every stage, there is a framework, and we have to test each and everything from initial state to exit state. So this is one kind of a framework. Next, necessary to ensure the quality of the software, we have to check the quality of the software. What are the logical steps taken to the development of a software product? It comes into the software development life cycle. We have to check the quality of the software. We have to check the logical steps, what we have taken while developing our software product. Another model is a classical waterfall model. It will be depicted from the feasibility study, requirement analysis and specification, design, coding and unit testing, integration system testing. Last one is the maintenance. Feasibility study is related to the study in which we have to review about the requirements set by the customer side, what are the valid requirements and what are invalid requirements. It comes under the requirement analysis and specification. And according to that, we have to design by adopting a various design model like DFD, ER diagram, flow charts, and all. It comes into the design. Next part is coding and unit testing. Coding in which we have to code or a programming language which we are adopting while development of a software, and we have to test our software whether it is a right or wrong one. Next is integration and system testing. After having a coding and unit testing, we go through the integration phase. Integration phase is basically the modules which we have integrated, because our software is divided into multiple modules and code is generated, and these modules then clubbed into a single whole module. That phase is comes under the integration module. And when the whole system created, it comes into under the system testing. After system testing, it result into the maintenance, because what we have created, we have to maintain it. This is the last phase, maintenance, and this is one also kind of a framework in which we have to maintain each and everything from initial to last phase. It is the oldest and most widely used model in the field of a software development. Next is a testing life cycle. What exactly the testing life cycle? It is a project initiation. That means we have to initiate initiate our project. That means it is in starting phase. Starting phase while developing, while getting an information from the customer side, what the developer has created. It is the initial phase, that is the project initiation. System study, a testing team study about the system, what kind of a software will be developed by our programmer, and test plan will be generated according to it, in what kind of a methodology they will adopt while testing our software. According to that, the next phase is a design with test cases. We have to design our test cases, and after designing test cases, we have to execute the test cases. It could be the manual one and it could be the automated one. Manual one, that means it will be the test cases will be generated by the human being, and automated means the test cases and other activity will be done by with the help of automated tools. Next is a reporting defect. These test cases contain the defect. We have to report the defect to further our programmers. And next is a regression test. Regression test means we have to test repetitively, and after that we have to analyze whatever the updation made by the testing team, and what will be the action taken by the programmer, and how much bugs they have fixed. They will do the analysis according to it, and summary report will be generated. So in this manner, they can generate the summary report, and this summary report will be helpful for the testing life cycle. What comes in the test plan? It is a systematic approach to test a system, that is a software. The plan typically contains a detailed understanding of what the eventual testing workflow will be, in which this is the whole procedure or methodology will be adopted. We have to understand what the software requirement it is, and in which manner our programmer will build the software. It is an eventual testing workflow in which we have to eventually test from each and every phases, and this is the whole planning before the testing phases begins. Next is test case. It is a specific procedure for testing a particular requirement. It will include identification of a specific requirement tested, test cases, success, failure criteria. Next, specific steps to execute test and test data. What is test cases? It means we have to identify the requirement. What requirement we have to test, from where we have to begin our testing, and we have to check it out what the thing has been developed by the programmer, how much it will come under the success criteria, and in which manner it will go for the failure criteria. And what the methodology we are adopting to execute this test, it comes under specific steps. And later on, we test our data. Next is verification versus validation. Verification is the software should conform to its specification. Are we building the product right? That means we have to confirm whatever the requirement which we have get from the programmer side and programmer get from the customer side. Are we building the product right one? That means the product which is developed by the customer side is the correct one or not. Next is a validation. The software should do what the user really requires. That means, are we building the right product? That means validation, that we have to check it out that we are creating the right product from initial phase. Because if the initial phase is not the base, initial phase is just like a base of a software development. If it is not going to be the correct one, it result into the more time, and automatically the cost will be greater what the cost we have estimated earlier while planning. So we have to validate also that software should do what the user really requires. Next is testing methodology. We have two kind of a methodology, that is a black box testing, white box testing. Black box testing, no knowledge of internal program design or code is required. Tests are based on requirement and functionality. That means there is no requirement for coding concept. That means a person having a little bit idea about the software, they can easily test the software project. There is no need or requirement to check the in-depth while going in the in-depth about the software project. Tests are based on a requirement and the functionality. It is basically on the requirement and functionality, whether our requirement has been set or the functionality, that means that it is going to be operated in a full functional manner. So test is totally about the requirement and the functionality feature. Next is a white box testing. Knowledge of the internal program design and code required. Tests are based on the coverage of a code, statement, branches, paths, and condition. That means, while performing the white box testing, the person shall know about the coding concept. That means, he should be more knowledgeable about the coding concept. That he must be clear about the logical and syntax rule. What exactly the code is behind we having in our project. So tests are based on a coverage of a code, statement, branches, path, and condition. That means we have to check internally wise. It is not the in black box testing there is no internal checking, but in a white box testing we will perform the internal testing. That is, we have to check it out our coding concept, statement, branches, paths, and condition. So black box testing, if we could see the figure, there is a requirement set by the customer side, or the, not customer side, basically customer sent to the programmer, and programmer has set the requirement to the testing team. Input will be given, event will be performed, and according to that, output will be generated. Even means what kind of a testing we are adopting, whether we are adopting a black box testing or whether we are adopting white box testing. White box testing, it will be depicted in this way, in which there is a test data, component code, and test output. That means component code, test data will be given to the component code. Component here we check the code is the correct one or not, along with the various derives, and later on we generate test outputs. There are certain levels in our testing, that is the unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. Now we proceed toward the unit testing. Unit testing test each module individually. As I have already told you that we are dividing our program into multiple units that we call as a modules, and follow a white box testing logic of the program done by the developer. That means what kind of a testing we are performing. That means each and every module will be tested. That will be comes under the white box testing. What will be the done by the developer side. That means it is a unit testing in which we perform and test our each and every module, and logically wise, what is the logical of the program is the correct one or not. We have to test according to the logics. We have to check the branches, paths, and conditions also. That is done by the developer. White box testing is generally done by the developer side. Integration testing. Once all the modules have been unit tested, integration testing is performed. It is a systematic testing, produce tests to identify error associated with the interface. In this testing, we have to test the whole modules. That means whatever whatever the units we have been tested. Now, after clubbing it, after integrating it, whether they are generating the right output, it is called the systematic testing. This kind of a testing is called a systematic testing because it should be whatever the modules or unit we have integrated, it should be run in an organized way so that it could produce not no error. So this kind of a testing, after integration, if there is any error, then we have to resend it back to the programmer. So in this we have also types: big bang integration testing, top down integration testing, bottom up integration testing, and mixed integration testing. Now let's talk about the system testing. The system as a whole is tested to uncover requirement error. That means it is a whole tested to uncover requirement error. That means we have to check the throughout whole system. In integration, we are integrating the module, but in a system testing, we are testing the whole system. That is whether it is working properly or not. Overall, the system performance will be checked. And in this, we have categories of alpha testing, beta testing, acceptance testing, and the performance testing. System testing comprises of alpha testing, beta testing, acceptance testing, and the performance testing. So it is carried in alpha testing, it is carried out by the testing team with the developing organization. Test team, with the help of a testing team within the developing organization, the organization which are developing actually the software, it will be, the testing will be done in that way. Beta testing, it is performed by the selected group of a friendly customer. That means while testing, we include our customer so that they give their feedback, and this testing will be called under the beta testing. Acceptance testing, it is performed by the customer to determine whether to accept or reject the delivery of the system. In this, we have to find out whether the system is going to be accepted by the customer side, because while delivery sometimes a customer reject the software project. So acceptance testing, that means will be acceptedly, wholeheartedly by the customer side. Next is a performance testing. It is carried out to check whether the system meets the non-functional requirement identified in the SRS document. That means performance testing means we have to check it out the non-functional requirement. That means the basic requirement, which we have identified. And that means while setting our requirement or analysis, we have to check it out whether it's going to perform in a correct way or not, whether it's matching with the requirement or not. So it comes under the performance testing. So there are a type of a performance testing also that comes under it: stress testing, volume testing, configuration testing, compatibility testing, regression testing, recovery testing, maintenance testing, documentation testing, and usability testing. And these testing have a different role. And according to these testing, we will perform and associated that testing name with these names. Like stress testing is basically to deal with the what kind of a software we have generated are should be like that, but that it should bear the each and every kind of a stress. Stress doesn't mean that it is basically mind wise. It is could be any way that it could run in any platform. So stress testing will be performed in that way. Volume testing is related to the how much storage capacity it require, what the actual memory set by the customer side, or what the actual expected we have got it. It's not going to be mismatch way. Configuration testing about the configuration are the correct one or not while developing the software. Compatibility testing, that means it will be platform independent, compatible to in that way. So testing in that way it could run into the various platforms. Regression testing, that means a repetition testing. Recovery testing, the software uh, comes into the failure phase. We could recover our software. Do we have our backup plans? Maintenance testing, that means are we getting maintaining our software in a proper way. Documentation testing, whether we have what the documentation is created while developing our software is in a properly documented one, or because the documentation present the whole story of the software product. Usability testing, that means we have to test it out how much the user um, is satisfied with our software product, how much the software is a usable one, can we reuse it in our next project. So it comes under the usability testing. So this is all about the last. At the end we have our discussion. In order to be a cost effective, the testing must be concentrated on an area where it will be the most effective. We have to check it out while generating our software. It should be effective one, cost effective. Testing basically done in that way. Testing should be planned so that when a testing is stopped for whatever reason, the most effective testing in that time allotted has already been done. The testing should be planned in such a way. That means we have to plan our testing in such a way. So for whatever reason, if we stopped our testing, and the time allotted for the testing, what we have done is already been completed. It's already all allotted has already been done. Next, the absence of an organization testing policy may result in too much effort and money will be spent on the testing, attempting to achieve a level of a quality that is impossible or unnecessary. If we are not include our testing feature while developing a software project, it results into the lot of cost and the level of a quality we can't achieve it. So it is very important while developing a quality software project, we should include a testing, test plans, testing teams, so that we can generate our quality products. So that's all about the testing phase, testing feature. Thank you all.